So here in Alabama, well, we'll start on a federal level. You've got federal bureaucracy that makes about, at the Department of Education, that makes over $100,000 a year on average. Obviously, our teachers here in Alabama make less than half that, right? And so we need to get rid of that. We don't need bureaucrats in DC telling us what to do here in Alabama in our education space. So I'd love to get rid of the Department of Education altogether. But when we come back down home, we have to think of a comprehensive approach. So I believe we have a great state with great people, and we have a great story to tell. We have some challenges in front of us that are keeping us from reaching our full potential. I want to be the kind of leader that works with local, state, and federal leaders to work together to hit those things head on. And some of them are things like mental health. So we rank 46th in the nation when it comes to access to mental health. And y'all, there is no probate judge, no sheriff, no hospital administrator, and on most days, no teacher that doesn't tell me that is one of, if not the number one issue they deal with every single day. If you look at that and how closely intertwined that can be with substance abuse, unfortunately for us, in the year 2018, we wrote more prescriptions for opioids than any other state in the nation. So for every 100 people in the state of Alabama, we wrote 97 and a half prescriptions. Folks, we are wondering what's happening to family units. We are wondering why we can't keep people being a productive member of the workforce. We are going to have to tackle these things head on. We're going to have uncomfortable conversations because there are children in those homes that need to be nurtured and that need an opportunity for a productive household and a productive future. Additionally, if you look at things like broadband, we rank 47th in the nation when it comes to broadband connectivity. And y'all, I don't know about you. I think if the pandemic taught us nothing else, which I think it should have taught us to secure our supply chain, but I don't know that we have enough time for that tonight. I think it taught us the need for connectivity. You know, mamas shouldn't have to be driving to McDonald's for their babies to do their homework. In a state where we have had rural hospitals close at a record rate, the access to telemedicine has never been more important. You know, if you look at businesses, both large and small, if you look at agriculture and precision agriculture, the need for connectivity is paramount. And so making sure that we have that type of investment, where when we have 21st century jobs and a 21st century economy, we know we're going to have 21st century infrastructure that allows our children the opportunity to grow. It is of paramount importance. And all of that filters into education. So unfortunately for us, in the year 2019, we ranked 49th in reading and 52nd in math. Y'all, we've got to do better. You know, if a child is not reading on grade level by third grade, their chance of graduating high school goes down 4 times. If you don't graduate from high school, your chance of being arrested goes up 5 times. If we look at the people that live on welfare in this nation, and we share this statistic with everyone, 90% of those people didn't graduate from high school. So what does that tell you? It tells you our 8-year-olds deserve better. And that is not on them. That is on us. And so we have got to figure out how we create an environment for these children to flourish. Being from a rural community, I am a big believer that no child's zip code should determine their opportunity. So making sure we are taking a hard look at schools, taking a hard look at what we need to do to allow these children to flourish, I think is incredibly important. It's also important to have access to first-class pre-K and to continue to keep our standards up. You know, if you think about all of your children, they showed up in kindergarten. They knew their colors. They knew their shapes. They knew that a dog barked. You had read to them. There are so many children across this country, across this state, that by no fault of their own never have that opportunity. And so then when they get to kindergarten at 5, having not known any of that, they're already behind. And then it takes them between 5 and 8 to be able to supposed to read on grade level. And so you can see where that vicious cycle begins. So investing in children earlier, getting the federal government out of our business, and making sure that we go back to basics, reading and math. We need to stand up firm and ensure that our children are not indoctrinated. They should be taught to love this country, to stand for the flag. They should know that we live in the greatest nation on the globe, even on our worst day. And so taking that and instilling that in our children, not that they're good or bad based on the color of their skin, is so important to the continued success of each child in this state. So we've got a lot of things in front of us that we've got to hit head on. And I think we have to be honest about those challenges and have people that are willing to partner so that we can figure out a path forward.